Hi, it's Shieh-Chi. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to talk about labeling versus describing. And it's something I've been thinking about for a while. I notice that when people tell me something, they think that they're describing a situation or a scenario, when in reality, what they're doing is they're labeling it for me. And I'm pretty sure we don't realize that when we're talking, we're actually labeling rather than describing. And so I thought I would vlog about it today. So, what's the difference? What's the difference between labeling and describing? When I'm describing something, I'm actually talking about the scenario as it is and as it happens. Whereas when I'm labeling something, I'm actually calling it. I'm speaking about it through the filter of my understanding. So, for example, when I say they're lazy, I've labeled them, whoever they are. Whereas when I say they have not completed the task and it's the third time I've explained it to them, I'm describing it. I'm actually talking about what happened and what was done. Now, why is that important? It could be they're not doing the task because they're lazy. But the minute I say they're lazy and I put my filter on it, I've basically called it already. I've basically shaped that scenario in your listening, in your perspective. And what I've done is I've also created a shortcut for relatability so that you can instantly relate to that kind of situation with maybe those people. And what that also does at the subconscious level is that it taps into our stereotypes, whether it's an overt stereotype or a stereotype that's a hidden bias that we don't know about, but it's still, there's a hook in there and it still taps into that hook. Now, if I do say that they haven't completed the task and it's the third time I've explained it to them, then all of a sudden there's possibilities that I can explore, right? There's possibilities such as maybe the task wasn't properly explained, or the task is too simple, or maybe they're just the wrong people for the task and they need to be given a different task. Maybe a different teacher needs to be put into place. Maybe the teaching methodology is not appropriate. But all of a sudden, we have options that we can choose from. So it taps into our ability to be creative, to strategize, to brainstorm. Whereas the minute I say they're lazy, there's not a whole lot to be done. They're lazy. What are you going to do? There's only, I guess you could keep them and just criticize them as being lazy, or you can fire them or get rid of them, and that label still stays. So, my invitation to you after listening to this vlog is to really monitor the words that come out of your mouth. Are you describing or are you labeling? And it takes a little bit of effort. This isn't something that, the change doesn't happen overnight. You could be saying to yourself, "Oh, I always describe, I never label." Well, I invite you to listen to what you're saying. Are you putting a descriptor on it? That's your warning signal. The minute you put a descriptor, your filter, you've started labeling something. You've started giving your opinion on the situation. Okay? So my invitation to you is to really monitor the words that come out of your mouth and catch it. I invite you also to put your comments down below and share with us any scenarios that you may have come across in the past that others have used, or maybe that have come out of your mouth that you caught afterwards. So thank you very much and see you next time. It's Shieh-Chi.